Hello and welcome to a new episode of 4 Minutes of History, Art and Culture with your virtual city guide, Achim Ferrandina. So we are still in the medieval era. We're still talking about the Habsburgs. We will talk a very long time about them. And now we are in the 14th century. And I'm going to talk about a very important person for the Austrian history and for the Viennese history too. Now I'm talking about Rudolf IV of Habsburg. He was the nephew of this Albrecht I. The king was murdered in this Game of Thrones style by his nephew Johann Parechida. And for this episode I have to bring back in your mind episode number 6. In this episode I was talking about this thing that a duchy was not really automatically given forward to the son of the duke when he died, when the emperor was not agreeing about this. And we are now in the 14th century, and we had in these times another emperor of the Holy Roman Empire, not from the Habsburg family. His name was Charles IV. He lived in Prague, what's nowadays Czech Republic, and he redefined the rules how to elect the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. So he defined that this election had to take place in a specific place, in a specific time, and that it was not allowed to bribe people. I call it the lobbying work from these times. And he wrote too that the Habsburgs were not part of this electing princes. So this Rudolf IV was married to the daughter of this emperor. Her name was Katharina. And so he was thinking, hey, I am an Habsburg, I'm a very important person. And what he did, he took this privilegium minus and took it from it the sign of Frederick Barbarossa. And he let produce falsifications of documents, pergaments from Italy, from Germany, where he let write that the Habsburgs were not just dukes, that they were archdukes from birth on. That means that no emperor would be allowed in future to take from them this duchy and other things too. So this document was sent to the emperor. The emperor had a look at it and said, or was thinking, I'm not really convinced. So he sent it to another person, an Italian poet. His name was Francesco Petrarca. Francesco Petrarca controlled this document and said, this is not really good. I think this should be a work of a donk, because in this document was written too that the Habsburgs were or that their ancestors, or one of these ancestors, was Roman Emperor Nerone. So the document was sent back to the Emperor Charles V. The Emperor was maybe talking to Rudolf and said, hey, come on, I know you married my daughter, but I cannot allow you to call yourself Archduke. But 100 years later, on the basement of this document, the Habsburgs really became archdukes, and this was the basement for the rest of the history, brought the Habsburgs to rule over Austria, the Netherlands, Spain, and so on and so on. And what this Rudolf IV did too, he died very, very young at the age of 26. He founded, for example, the Viennese University in 1365. There you see the main building of the Viennese University, but this is from Franz Joseph's era, from the 19th century, and we have in Vienna the oldest German-speaking university in the world. So, when you like this video, I hope yes, please leave me, as usual, a thumb up. Then, when you didn't do it, subscribe to the channel and leave me some comments. We see us next week for the next episode. And I want to remind you, if you want, you can book some of these virtual live tours where you will be able to see a bit more and a longer time. Thank you very, very much. I wish you all the best for the future. Stay healthy, have fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take number 30. Just imaginating, we have to redo this. It's number 12, 14 was